Hello everyone, I am Rashid Khan from Lakshmi Prasad Memorial Public School, Gola Bazar, Gorakhpur. Class here will have to study about that the reproduction chapter, the remaining portion of this chapter, in which I have already discussed about that the male and a female part of a flower as well as the pollinations. Here we have to write down about all about the types of pollination. Types of pollination. First, self-pollination. Next, cross-pollination. What is self-pollination and what is cross-pollination? The pollinations which occur when the pollen from the anther landed to the stigma of the same flower, that is called the self-pollination. Suppose cross-pollination is what? Cross-pollination is the pollination in which the pollen grains from a flower which is stuck to the stigma of another flower. So that particular type of pollination is called cross-pollination. Here we'll have to move on to the next one, that is agents of pollinations. Agents of pollinations. What are these agents of pollinations? There are several kinds of agents of pollinations like air, water, insect, birds, in case some animals too. These are the agents of pollination. Why? Because wherever the insect get landed on the flower, they will have to flew and get landed to another flower. So that type of pollinations occur through the insect. Most of the insects can do this. When the air blown, in case of air, when the air blows, the pollen grains from a flower which has to be are to be deposited on the other flower of the stigma. Suppose if there the water flows, or whenever the water, that is the rains happen, so most of the flower having the pollen grains which has to be flown away from the water to the other flower, that is another means of pollinations. So wherever these are a different type of insect, animals, air as well as water are called as a pollinating agents. Insects which feed on the nectar of a flower which has to be flew onto the other one. So that may be the causes to the color or variations of the flower of the different colors or the different forms. Now some flower of the plants such as a grass, maize, sugar cane, bamboo, which have the small petals or no petals at all, used as a wind as a pollinating agent. So this must be seen in case of these plants, wherever this nectar of the plants has to be transferred to the next one, or for the agents of pollinations, they can maybe different kind. Like a Vallisneria and Hydrilla, they don't have that the land that can be found in case of water as well. That is the hydrophytes. That means these plants are found in case of only the water. So flower of these plants releases pollen in water which can be carried away by the currents to the far away from this, and maybe the joint to the other one, or maybe deposited to the other one. So that one is considering to be the pollination. So that is an agent of pollination. Now next one is fertilization. How the fertilization happen? We'll discuss more on it. So suppose if there is if it is like that, what will be happen then? There will be the stigma on which some pollens get entered through. Stuck to the stigma, and then after it will reaches this one is ovary, egg cells, that is embryo sac, now female gametophyte, and this one is male gamete. Embryo sac, that is female gametophyte. We can have. So on this regarding, we can say here like this: if there is a slightly change may happens, germinated pollen grains. Germinated pollen grains are there over on the top of this. So here we can write the pollen grains, and that one is what actually the anther, and that is called as male gametophyte. So here is the female gametophyte and male gametophyte. In that two particular important, fertilization is the process of fusion of male and a female gamete. How this can be happen? The process of male and a female gamete. So in case of that particular type of structure, you can see this one is the male gametophore, in which the male gametophyte is there, and this one is the female gametophore, and this gametophyte is there. How this can be happens when there is a male gamete fused together with the female gamete? How it can be possible? Wherever you can think there is a stigma, and the stigma on which these pollen grains has to be transferred by the any means, wherever the pollen grains get transferred to the stigma, there will be the germinated pollen grains deposited over there at the stigma. Whenever here is the fertilizing tube or the tube that is in which the male nucleus or male gametophore is reaches up to the ovary, and again is to reaches up to the female gametophore, wherever there is an embryo sac are present. So here you can see there is a male gametophore or male gametophyte or male gametes are here. Wherever these are, what actually these are the embryo sac in which these male gametes are present, that is egg cells. So there is a pair of male and female gametes are entered through the ovary in case of a ovule, in case of a embryo sacs. So wherever it present in the ovules, the male gametes are get combined together. Whenever it get combined together, it will form gametes, that is zygote. This will form zygote, wherever the male gametes get fused together with the female gamete, and this will form the zygote. Wherever the zygote formation takes place, it can be produces into an embryo. Then after this embryo is what? The embryo that is formed a part of a seeds, which can be a seed developed into the new plant as well. There may be more than a polishing at the time of maturations. There is a two type of gametes may be fused together, one another, one is here. So this one there is a two type of a zygote formation takes place. So wherever there is a one zygote form, this is the two, that is another zygote form. So at the time of fertilization, if there is a two type of a male gametophore and female gametophore, they can be attract to one another. They will form the double fertilizations. At the time of fertilization, wherever the two maturations they may form, the two type of a zygote may form. So that one is called double fertilization. These double fertilization is now being used for the formation of a seeds as well, and the other one is used for formation of their outer surface, that is the outer structure. So on that basis we can say it is a type of tube, that is double fertilization. So this is the fertilization. We will talk about to the next one. Suppose here is the pollen grains of any flower may fall on the stigma of another flower. So, but the pollen's tube will be formed only by the pollen grains that belongs to the same species. Suppose if there is a number of species are there in pollen tube, this one is pollen tube, in which the number of pollen grains are scattered, but this can be mature are only reacted by the same species. So the same species pollen grains will enter through the pollen grains and reaches up to the embryo site. So here will the embryo formation may take place. Then after pollen grains belongs to the stemla. This is why we do not see the half rose and a half jasmine. So on that basis, it is a particular case on which it can be only seed. Now we'll have to move on to the next one, the formation of a fruits and seeds. How the formation of a fruits and seed. As I have already earlier told you that after fertilization, the ovule transform to form the zygote, that is convert into the zygote, which is single celled structure. The zygote then divided and forms the multicellular structure called as embryo. The embryo remains surrounded by this embryo. This embryo remains surrounded by one or two cotyledons. So that can be either maybe converted or surrounded by the one or two cotyledons, which stores foods and growing seedlings with the help of ovules, which is going through the internal changes, and this now become form seeds. And the other one which has to be grown, that is the pear, so that one is converted into the fruits as well, and the rest of the other will form their seeds. So that is the way by which the fruits and seeds may take form. Now we will have to discuss to the fruits as well. Wherever the petals and the stamen fall, the style and stigma which away, the seeds, the sepals which usually fall away may remain in the same seeds. That can be have in some cases like tomato plant. By this time ovary changes into the fruits. So some of the main reason by which it can be changes of seeds into seeds as well as the fruits. Now here is the topic given as dispersal of seeds. So we will discuss about the dispersal of a seed. As you know, is scattering or spreading of seed into a proper manner. That one is the process is called dispersal. Why? Because to avoid the multiple or proper germination or healthy plants, so there is a need of different type of a method by using dispersal of a seed. Here are some advantages of dispersal of a seed, that is overcrowding is neglected in case of seed dispersal. Next is it prevents the compositions of sunlight, water and mineral etc. And as well as it has helped the plant to grow in new places or habitat for which the distribution takes place. So on that particular cases we can say only this, there is a seed dispersal may takes place. Further we will discuss more. Thank you for being